right, let's get started. So we will reconvene the public hearing for consideration of ballot measure to reauthorize a public safety levy. We heard from Mr. Hanson this morning on report about the levy and the implications and the decisions before the board. Those of you who are interested may view that online. And I believe the memo and report are online as well. So with that, I'd like to invite anybody to the front here to offer testimony about the public safety levy, if you are here to do so.
What are your questions?
You can ask questions as well of staff. Yeah.
The wagon again, huh? Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind stating your name for the record.
Yes, it's Mandy Strauss and what address?
Sure.
611 Southeast Rosewood Lane, Dallas. So I am just looking over at the sheriff's office and the numbers, just for clarification purposes on for staffing. Under cops, is that deputies who are in, who do I put the question? Rick. Right here. You talked a little bit. So I'm repeating, I apologize. I just wanted clarification. So the 19, can you explain? Is that patrol? Is that the jail deputy? Is it a combination? Their corrections tech? I mean, who's all in that?
Total of 24 people operating levy. 5 of those are in the DA's office, 3 attorneys, 2 clerical, and in the sheriff's office, we're going to have 15 on patrol, 4 jail deputies, and 1 control tech. No, it's 14 deputies. 4. So.
Okay, so the numbers behind there where it says 19.
That's the total for the sheriff's department.
Total. Okay, and that number is not changed.
No, that is what the current status of 2019 reauthorization was.
Okay, and so the openings they have now that they haven't filled, that's not going to change. That's not going to change because we're just looking at what's been.
The amount of budgeted FTE for the sheriff will not change. However, how well they can fill those positions or not depends on the market. The same with the DA's office. Right now, I believe the sheriff has 4 open positions, none in the jail, so that part is fully staffed. I think they have 4 vacancies on the patrol side, and according to Captain Aisha, they are close to filling 3 of those. 4.
Okay, that doesn't take into account for people that from patrol to the jail.
Or vice versa. Right now, they are fully staffed at the jail with all their budgeted positions. The only openings are on the patrol side. In the sheriff's office.
Okay, and that number has pretty much been the same. The updated August.
Yeah, they've had staff openings in the patrol side primarily for the last year. But most recently, the number's grown due to the state police acquiring some of our officers.
That's the county.
Robbing it, I don't know. But
Not,
we're gonna have, I think we're gonna have 4 officers in the last 4 months that have gone over to the state police.
okay. And what about, how does Polk County work with, are they, is patrol mandated? Be open at all times, 24-hour operation? It is, but then I know.
Patrol's not mandated at all.
Just.
The jail is the only one that is required to.
And are they on 24-hour patrol right now?
Oh, yes. They have been since the levy occurred back in 2015. Prior to that, the short, I believe, prior to 2015 or authorization of public safety levy, they were down to an hour a day patrols.
Okay, so somebody, if they're not on, if there's a gap, it's because of illness or something like that. It's not.
There is never a gap currently.
Has a gap in the last year.
Not on any. There may be one less on a shift.
How many patrol are on
Or,
at all times, all through the night?
yeah, and there's more during the days.
Okay.
But if someone's sick, then that they may only be 3. Whatever.
Okay, can I ask another budget question?
Hmm?
I don't know if that's appropriate. Okay, if they are volunteering, like coverage down, say at like Oregon State football, and that takes away staffing from here in the patrol and safety, how does that work?
If they're doing anything down at OSU, it's in their off time. It's not
And they're being paid
It's-
by,
OSU, it's not through us at all. And it's with the permission of the sheriff, whether he allows that or not.
and then for the DA's office, how, what, you're not, I asked Mr. Faulkner, do I, are they fully staffed?
No.
Okay. And what are the numbers?
Just for purposes,
Sure.
for the public to be able to hear everything, and you can stay this way and, no, it's fine, just, we're not picking everything up.
Currently, the DA's office is not fully staffed either. Very few DA offices are fully staffed across the state because there's a shortage of lawyers. Currently, I believe you have 1 lawyer open, 1 lawyer position.
Just.
Yep.
Now.
That's where any, on the clerical side, he's fully staffed.
Okay. And, sorry, back to the jail really quick.
Uh-huh.
On their budget, or part of their budget is for pigeon fly for their mail, picking mail. Is that, they outsource their mail, the deputies do in the jail in Nevada.
I can't speak to that, I have no idea.
I have no
It's on
idea either.
The mail goes through our system.
I think they have a system that checks and x-rays the mail.
I know when I asked the sheriff about it earlier, they outsource it. And it was on one of the reports from a couple years ago, that they outsource the mail. It's quite a bit of money that I don't have it offhand, and I should have brought it. It's quite a bit of money that they outsource. So in the jail, as a jail deputy, they have to review the mail that
Right.
comes in and out. And that's something all counties that are in the Willamette Valley do themselves in the jail. But that was a staffing thing. Even through COVID, when they were closer to not being filled at all times. Is that ever looked at for part of the budget? Like why we're spending that much on outsourcing the mail to Nevada for this?
I didn't know we were doing that. I don't believe it's that big of expense. I mean, what I consider a big expense may be different than what you consider a big expense because I'm working with different numbers, but I have no idea on that. I know we have scanners that scan for contraband and those kind of things. To my knowledge, we're not outsourcing the mail to check for content. But I may be wrong. Sheriff isn't online, I don't think so.
I can chime in on that if you would like.
Sure.
Oregon State.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz on the wall. The sheriff's office through the jail uses a program called Pigeonly for mail scanning purposes. It's anti-contraband essentially service that doesn't require us to do mail scanning once they come here. Essentially, the mail is serviced by Pigeonly, and electronic copies or physical copies of mail from the outside is delivered to the inmates. That way, it limits the ability for individuals to bring contraband into the jail. It's not a staffing issue.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of drug contraband, soap and paper and those kind of things. So we went to, I guess, that system to prevent that rather than having the ability to do it ourselves. But I don't think it's that costly.
Okay, and I can direct this question to the sheriff again, but
Right.
are they given, is the staff then given a report of each person's mail and what they're saying, you know, how they pass messages, how they pass safety information? I mean, information that can compromise safety. If those that have worked in the jail understand, like, that's how they learn and read their inmates and know who they're interacting with and can, is that, I mean, is that
Again, I don't know enough about what content they review or don't review. I think they get like the mail check for contraband and that. I don't think they go through and read every letter or that, but I don't know.
okay?
Do you have any idea? Yeah, so
What is the county, does it take in for the budget? Or who is in charge of the money for like keeping our courthouse safe, like the going
court security,
court security, and that falls under Sheriff Garten?
the sheriff of Garden is assigned as part of ORS duties, court security. He works with our presiding judge and judges on that.
And that's the safety committee.
There is a courthouse safety committee that hasn't met for a while, but is reconvened within the next probably month.
They are just there with the lights turned on, but they don't alert if anything's coming in and out to the courtrooms, safety of both the judge and court staff and victims themselves.
Are you asking if we run them through scanners, things like that?
Well, we have scanners. They look that way, but they're not operating.
Correct. The only one that is operational at times is the one across the street in the courtroom. The other ones are not used or are used rarely. If it's a high profile case and that, then they'll bring it out and use it for that. But normal cases, they are not used in manned. So, and usually it's at the request of the judge when they've had past issues on a particular person or case. And they do that.
Or over here, you're referring to like assault volunteers that are there.
Correct.
Okay, those are just some of the questions I had. Ready? Money.
Stress. Anybody else present who would like to speak? Hearing none, I will close the public hearing at 6:28 PM. Thank you all. We'll adjourn.
Oh, not adjourn.
I'm sorry.
Please. You need to make a decision or
Oh.
choose to make a decision
Okay,
to approve the recommendation
that's right.
and pass this on to staff to develop an order. Or you can push your decision, I guess, if so desired, to the following week, but no later than the following week. To make a decision on whether you want to move this on to the May 16th, 2023 ballot. With all the conditions outlined in the recommendation of 5-year levy, 49.5 cents, and elimination of the last year of the 2019 reauthorization. So
And I would like to move that we direct Administrator Hanson to develop a court order to that level.
I'd like to second that.
Do a motion second. Do we have any further questions or discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
All right.
We are adjourned.
Now you can adjourn. Thank you.